Hey, hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar. You're home for I don't know how to do videos. So I'm gonna be doing a BrickTsar answer thingy video. And hopefully this thing will work. I'm gonna be answering questions. And the one question which is in the title of this attempt at doing a live stream is which Muppet are you? And we got this from a recent comment from Playing with Echoes MPL. He said, or she, I shouldn't presume, says hashtag bat, if you were a Muppet, which one would you be? So that's what I'm going to be discussing in this video. And I tried this multiple ways. I apologize to anybody that saw a bunch of different live streams starting. I don't know how to do live streams. I tried to do StreamYard, but then they wanted me to pay $20, and I'm not going to pay $20 for that. But hello, Lego Freak. Hello, Mark B. Hello, Kirk from the Geek Effect. Hello, Geology Joe. That's Joe from Geology Joe. And hello, Lego Nathan Expert. So how are y'all doing? Thank you for people that joined in this last minute decision for me to do a live stream. I'm not going to be a terribly long one because I'm going to be going to watch the Star Trek motion picture, the original Star Trek, the motion picture, which when did that come out? 79, 80. I remember going to see it as a kid, but we're going to go see it. The theater's playing it, limited run. And so they might be bricks. My son Jacob and I were going to go see that. He's excited to go see Star Trek, the original motion picture, for the first time on the big screen. And I think they got some of the deleted scenes or something in it. Hello, or actually, it's a improved edit, I think. Hello, BFAB, brother from another brick. Yeah, it's a rare live stream from me, and I'm going to be answering some questions. The main question is, of course, which Muppet are you? That's the one we're going to be talking about the most. I am not Miss Piggy. I'm only going to refer to the 12 in the series. I've been watching the Muppets. We need Wayne and Wanda. I'll just say that. I did never realize how many different characters there are. It's been a long time since I watched the Muppet Show. I watched it when it was on, and I was a kid and teenager when that came on. Of course, the two Statler and Waldorf. Statler. Wait a minute, Statler. I already forgot which one is which. Those are good, but I am not one of them. Although I do like to be sarcastic. I used to think I was Swedish, so we got the Swedish chef. VFab's like, LOL. BrickTsar trying to figure out which Muppet he is. I'll get to it. Now, Kermit, definitely not Kermit. Animal, now the Animal would be like the cool one to be. He's super cool. So anybody would love to be Animal. I see Geology Joe, you said you were Beaker. Now, the part of me is Beaker. I don't care about. I need to get a camera. Yeah, how long have I been doing YouTube? So Beaker is definitely that's in the ballpark of who I would be. And then there's Bunsen Honeydew. Yeah, I'm not worried about these things not focusing, but yeah, Kurt from the Geek Effect saying Jacob was telling him about going to see Star Trek. So which one are you? Which Muppet are you? I haven't got to all of them. Oh, I'm definitely not Janice. Definitely not Janice. So there's two from the series I haven't mentioned yet, from the 12 original. I'm hoping we get another Muppet series because I would love to see some of the other characters, like Scooter. Scooter did make an appearance on the tablet from Waldorf or Statler. I still forget which one's which. Two old guys in the balcony. Hello, Sin Killer J, Tachikawa, and Journal of the Scots. Glad to have you here. Hello, Rula. And so here's another. BFAB also says Beaker. So there was two people that have said Beaker. So I've started watching from season 1 of the Muppets. I've only watched the first 12 or 13 episodes, and so far, Beaker has not made an appearance yet in the early episodes. The Swedish Chef has. and there's one episode I've seen so far with Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. Um, I think did I mention Fozzie? So Fozzie, the comedian, I like his character. He's one of my favorite characters on the show, but I don't think I'm Fozzie. I'm not um, Fozzie. So we're down to 2 now for sure. 2 that I haven't shown, and 1 that I would like to be, and probably 1 that I am. So that's where we're at. Mark B says, Fozzie Bear for him. Uh, um, Geology Joe says we need the Moona Moona character. So the very first skit on the regular show, so they did 2 series or 2 one-shot episodes before the Muppet series started, but the Mana song was the very first song. Mana. Do 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 do. Mana. Mana. It's catchy if you watch it. That was the first skit for the regular series. I don't know if that's the one Geology Joe is talking about. But Wayne and Wanda skits, I love the Wayne and Wanda skits. They're very they're songs that they start out, and then the metaphor is acted out quite literally. Whether it requires Wanda getting kicked by Wayne or something like that, or somebody's head blowing up, whatever the literal thing is that happens. And of course, there's one of my favorite characters so far, I haven't mentioned, is Rolf the dog. So Rolf, he plays the piano, so he'll do like these songs that he sings that are funny, but he also is the lead doctor in a veterinarian hospital. And so Sesame Street definitely isn't a kids show because it's like they're dismembering people quite regularly on veterinarian hospital. So it's a dog who's the doctor, and he's operating on humans, and so it's quite funny. So Rolf is the one that I think I would want to be. I love his sarcasm. I love his wit. So that's the one that I would love to be, is Rolf the dog. But the one that I had the nickname of when I was working at Six Flags was this guy here, Gonzo the Great. I know it's not. I got a terrible background. I'm sorry. So it's yeah, Gonzo, and it was mainly because of the voice I have, which lends itself to doing Muppet imitations. Like, I can do a Grover. I can do. I'm probably not that good at doing a Gonzo imitation, but I can do Grover and then things that like Yoda, which Frank Oz did Yoda, so I think Frank Oz probably did Gonzo. I don't know which one. I'd have to look it up, but he definitely did Grover, I think, because it sounds so much like Yoda. B Fast says, I think I've seen one episode of the Muppets and it scared me. Oh, the Geek Effect. So Geek Effect says, I feel like I gotta take the screen down. Is that better? There. Geek Effect. I want to try something. I wonder, can you change which camera you're on in the middle of this? I don't have access to that feature. So, it's for those that aren't familiar. Fozzie tells a joke. And he can't even actually. I tell you what, Fozzie can't even tell a joke. The Statler and Waldorf insult him so much he can't even get his jokes off usually. it's you feel bad for him. And JKRL mentions pigs in space, so I can't wait till I get to that part of the series because that was another one I remember as a kid. One of my favorite, pigs in space. That was one of the great skits. So it's neat watching the series from the beginning and seeing the evolution of how they use the characters in there. They got pretty much certain things that they do in every episode so far that I've watched, like the dancing with the one-liners, the jokes with the dancing. The janitor is usually the one dancing. That's probably the character I probably should be, the old janitor that works at the studio. So there's so many characters in that show. So we definitely could get another series of these Lego things. Hello, Shy. He says, "What? Hey, fam. Hello, Topic Bricks. Thank y'all for joining." So I'm going to be answering some more questions here. I shouldn't have worn black. So black makes me look washed out here because of the contrast with the white background. But yeah, I'm wearing this shirt anyway. Hello, enthusiastic banana. Going to Walmart to fill out a set of the Muppets. So we did do pretty good. It only took us 3 boxes to get one complete set. So I only got 6 extras. So that's nice. When I buy the packs without filling the packs, it's like I usually have to buy about 30 to get a series of 12. So Geek Effect, Kirk remembers checking out the seasons of the Muppet Show from the library. Yeah. So I'm watching them. They're on, is it Disney? Disney. If you have Disney Plus, I know it's a pay service, but that's where we've been. When I say we, I mean me, because I think I'm the only one in my family that's interested in it. Oh, and I should warn you now. So the Muppets, you may have a fond memory of them as I did, but the Muppet Show was a variety show, which meant it was heavily, at least in this early season so far, it's heavy into singing. There's a lot of singing numbers and skits. When it's just the Muppets, it's okay. But sometimes when the guest host is the one singing, even though they may be a professional singer, it's really cringy at times. The exceptions are there were a couple of people that were actually good singers. So again, I'm only referring to like the first 12 or 13 episodes. I got a long way to go in the series, but the favorite episode I've watched so far had Paul Williams, the short guy from Smokey and the Bandit. And I can call him the short guy because they did short jokes all through the episode. Yeah. So, I'm sure Paul wouldn't have allowed that, but Paul Williams is a genius songwriter. And so he actually sang some of his songs that he wrote. Three Dog Night did a song that he wrote. And I don't think he was lip syncing. So some of the other ones in the series, they lip sync, and it's really, 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 really bad. But I've enjoyed it so far. So Andreas Carlson, here's a question. He says, "How is the Ferguson Tractor doing?" It's doing quite well. I did place another Bricklink order for some more of the missing pieces. I did try to get as many as I could from my own collection, and I've had a few people comment that are doing the same thing. And of course, you come to the realization that there are about 4 or 5 exclusive parts that have never been released in the color that they appear in the Ferguson Tractor. So I'm going to use as close as I can a color to substitute. And one is the tractor wheels, which are in light bluish gray in the Ferguson Tractor. I'm going to be using pearl dark gray. There's also dark gray and white, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with the pearl dark gray wheels that were in one set. I think I ordered those. And then there's also a couple of minor parts like pins that are in light bluish gray that were never in any other set in that color. I'm just going to get the dark bluish gray or whatever color will work because most of those are hidden. And then there's the seat. The seat is light bluish gray. It's like a bionicle piece. That's the seat. I'm using pearl light gray or pearl dark gray, whatever. This is pearl, one of the pearl colors. And then there's the sticker pieces. I do have, oh my, I hope I didn't lose them. I bought some really good reproduction stickers. They're stickers that go on a 1x8 tile. And I don't know where I put them. They're small. They're small. I don't know where I put them. So a few substitutes I'll have to make. And what we can hope is that one day Lego will release those parts in those colors. It has happened before. I got the comment on like the Han Solo set that I pieced together. Somebody told me they tried piecing it together when it first came out, and it was a couple of years later that a Lego set came out that had some of the exclusive, one or two of the exclusive parts were then later in Lego sets so that you could actually build it. So that's what I'm going to go ahead, even though I won't have all official parts, I'm going to go ahead and get it completed as far as piecing it together. Then the next challenge is building it, because the Ferguson Tractor, nobody that has gone to the Lego Inside Tour for that year has posted the instructions. In fact, I don't know if they tell them when they go, please don't share this on social media as far as like the instructions. I don't know. But recent years, nobody has shared that. And I don't, it's probably because a lot of people that go don't care to share it. They're not really interested in sharing it. And apparently, from what I've heard, some people don't even build the sets. So I wonder how many of them have even been opened. Now, I know at least 2 have been opened, because there are 2 people that have shared images of their builds and some of the process of the build. So I'm going to try to reverse engineer it from the 2 people that posted it. Their pictures they got, like, of the mechanisms on the inside, so you can kind of see some of the pieces. You just can't see all of the pieces. So that's what I'm going to do. Just try to build it. So Mark B says, "Isn't there over 100 Muppet Show episodes?" That's probably right, because there's 5 seasons and there's probably 25 to 26 or so episodes per season. I actually haven't looked. I'm just watching it, but I will know later. Zukaton, hello, thank you for joining the live stream. They asked the question, what is the rarest Lego color? And that would be a color that is only appeared in one element. And there's probably several that would be like they've only appeared as one element. And the one that I can think of the most, it was the first rare color that I remember, is chrome green, which appeared as one of those little 5-pointed rock pieces in chrome green, and is only in one set, and still is only in one set. And there weren't a lot of those sets. So that's one of the rarest colors. Uh, Geology Joe says 1x2 sand red bricks are on Bricklink are like $1 a piece. So there's a lot of pieces like that they seem like common pieces, but they're expensive because either the demand for them, or they weren't actually in sets, or they weren't a high quantity of them in sets. So Jacob Neely says, "Hi BFAB, hi Craggle." Wait, there's a Craggle here? Oh yeah, cut the Craggle. Howdy. I missed you getting in here. So hello, Cut the Craggle. Still got the beard. John Vacatura says, "Did you already mention your favorite live performance on the Muppet Show?" My vote. He said my vote is for Elton John. So again, I've only watched like 12 or 13 episodes. So far it's I'm sure it'll change as I go along, but so far it's Paul Williams is my favorite. And I should do like which one is my least favorite, because Joel Gray is that episode is bad. The one with Joel, I don't even know who Joel Gray is. He's apparently a musician, singer, or something. That is really, really, really bad. And I have seen, so one of the women when I was younger, I thought was one of the most beautiful women in the world, Raquel Welch. I did see a YouTube clip of her episode. I haven't got to it. It's horrible. It's really, really, really bad, that episode. It's from what I've seen. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. Nathan asked, "Does Walmart price match clearance?" Tried getting the friend sets for $2. It didn't work. Nope, they don't. And I have found this out from store to store. When they get to that last round of clearance, like the general clearance will be the same usually in different stores, but when they start clearing things out, or they do the 50% off clearance, that's just store by store. And since the store was doing the inventory for their store, yeah, they're the ones that marked it down. Sorry that you couldn't get the same $2 deal. Oh, Robert Horn says Paul Williams wrote the music for the Muppet movie. Oh, so I haven't got that far. So the Muppet movie came out after the Muppet Show, so that makes sense. He's a good writer. Hey, dude, Jude. Sorry if I didn't say hey to you earlier. Hello, Tree of War Productions. Good to see you. Jacob Neely, hi again, and Daniel Moss. Oh, so Daniel Moss says, "What do you think of the 3 rumored anniversary sets?" Um, I love to see pictures. I know what's happening is a lot of people are sharing pictures of the sets that they most closely resemble the names, like the King's Castle and not the King's Castle, the castle set, the Galaxy Explorer set, and a Forestman set. So I think it's really good. And I remember when they were doing the fan vote for which theme they want the 90th anniversary set to be. I was like, why limit it to one theme? It doesn't make any sense to do that. The 90th anniversary, it should be like covering a broad range of themes, even Bionicle. Why why not make another Bionicle set that's really a Bionicle set, not this. I still need to build this set, but this is just sad. This Bionicle set right here. It's terrible. But I mean, I like this set as far as like the references that it makes, but poor Bionicle fans. It's like I think I said this before, but it's like they were almost like, yeah, we're going to show you what we think of you. like we're going to make your theme a meme. So that's what they did. You know what? So Tree of Horror says the Muppet movie is like the best movie ever made. So it's another thing I haven't seen in like 30 years, maybe 40 years. Have seen the Muppet movie, but it's been a long time. I need to go rewatch it and see what I think of it. I don't remember much about it. I just know I got tired of it, not because of the movie, but because I worked at Six Flags Over Georgia, and in the Playfort Kiddieland area, uh, they did a thing there for a while, and I'm trying to remember if it was the late '80s. It might have been the late '80s. So I had one time my section was that section, the Playfort, and that was part of the section, and I'm out there all day long, and it's the Muppet movie songs on a loop, and it's like the Rainbow Connection, moving right along. Yeah, it got pretty bad after a while. So, hello SG, hello Domino Fan 0803. It's good to see you. Oh, John asked a very good or has a very good wish, but I'm pretty sure this wish is not going to happen. It says I do. He says I hope they do a re-release of the antenna with the side spokes in the new space set. So the antenna is the thing that kids today will be like, "What's that for? Why do they make that? What's an antenna?" But yeah, that part was so easily broken. I'm sure the mold has long since been destroyed, but yeah, I'm with you on that. 100% would want them to re-release that. Sisrook asks thoughts on the Rolling Stone set. So I've been loving the Lego art sets. And though the Rolling Stones are like one of the most iconic bands of all time, they got a magazine basically named after them, I guess. But I'm not like they're not anywhere like in the realm of my favorites. I mean, I understand their place in the history of rock and roll and music, and how they continue to not be dead is amazing. Um, but um, that piece of art, the Rolling Stones tongue logo or lips logo or whatever it is, I'm like, I have no interest in that. And I love the Lego art, and I even got Lego art that might be stuff that I'm not really interested in, but I'm not buying that. I am not buying it. However, so you remember, I don't know if the tipper truck, the tipper truck. So this tipper truck, when I was trying to redo the wheel, so I ended up putting the dishes back here, but it really needs to be a stud. But I didn't use the stud because I didn't have all the right parts for it. Lego didn't make them. And one of the pieces I needed was a 3x3 macaroni tile. That is in the Rolling Stone set. So, Lego, I'm thankful that you've made the Rolling Stone set. because it's going to have that piece I need. So whether or not I buy the Rolling Stone set to part it out to get those pieces, I don't know how many there are in it. More than likely, I'll probably just use Bricks and Pieces if that site ever starts working correctly again. Right now, they have limited things on there, but yeah, it's made the part I need for the tipper truck. So for that, thank you for the Rolling Stone set, but I have no desire to build it. Matt Mellish says, I couldn't imagine working Muppets 3D at Disney and watching it a million times every day. So there was another, tell you another one of my Six Flags stories is when the Michael Keaton, wait a minute. The 89 Batman and the 90 or 91, whichever the one when the one that had Penguin. So the Batman came out in 1989. And in 1990, I want to say, maybe it's 91, they turned the Jolly Rogers area of Six Flags. It was the area near where the Mind Bender is. It became like a Batman themed area. And so they ended up, I can't remember what year the Batman roller coaster was put in. So they put the Batman roller coaster, and they also had a live stunt action show. It was pretty lame, but for Six Flags, I guess it was all right. But towards the end of its run, hardly anybody was watching it. It was in a bad location of the park for people to go down there because you had to walk down this long hill to get to it. But we used to go and watch the stunt show like every single day. I'd be watching the stunt show, and we was like memorizing the lines, and then like when they would mess up, you'd know when they messed up. I mean, I never saw anybody get hurt, but it's like you knew when something didn't go right because we watched it so many times. But I did find it entertaining, even though it was kind of cheesy and the lines were cheesy. This is crazy. This is crazy. That was the one we were always saying. Batman would say, "This is crazy." But anyway, yeah, sometimes shows can be so bad that you can watch them over and over again. But if it's got a lot of singing in it, I probably couldn't. Yeah, probably couldn't handle that. Michael Lager says, "Make a table out of the tongue." Is that what you're saying? Oh goodness. So, boom. Let's see. Dude Jude. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions. Hello, Hypertech. So Nathan asked, Lego Nathan Expert asks, most difficult build you had with a set. He says his was the UCSB wing when he was like 10. And so that probably had some Technic pieces in it. I don't think I built the B wing. My son ends up building most of the UCS sets, but pretty much any Technic set would be up there as far as difficult build. Surprisingly, the Titanic up there, that was really easy. Some of these sculptures, like I got the dragon, and let me see, and I got So Stupid and Darth Maul. Those are more challenging than you would think. Um, with the layer builds that they do, but pretty much Technic. And I say as far as Technic sets that I've actually built, trying to think of which one would be the hardest one. I haven't built a lot of them. So, I did struggle with the piano. That had some Technic in it, the piano, but I got it working. But I think the most frustrating build I ever had was the orange garbage truck. That one was frustrating. It wasn't necessarily hard. It was just frustrating. And Geology Joe says the DeLorean was a little tricky. So my son built the DeLorean. I have another one. It's sitting over there. I want to build it. So I bought two of them, not to resell, but one because I know that it's like my son's built a lot of things over the years and he's still living with me, but I know one day he's going to move out. So I try to anticipate which sets that he's going to want to have because some of the sets he builds and then it's like they end up back down here in the basement or something. But there's certain things I know that he's going to want to take with him, and one of them is the DeLorean. probably like the Saturn V rocket, things like that. So it's like make sure I have extras of those. Kirk from the Geek Effect asks, any favorite gift with purchase sets so far this year? So they're getting better. I haven't got the 2 new ones, so they had the really good offer where you get 2 gift with purchases, amusement park themed things. So that is awesome. I do collect amusement park themed sets. So I think that Lego stepped up their game. They're making up for some of their deficiencies from earlier in the year. So looking forward to those. But as far as actual builds, if it's a gift with purchase and I build it right away, then that was pretty good. So what's the last one I did that with? Was it the train? The 7810 remake set. Hello, Joey from Brick Chains. You're never too late. I actually I was gonna try to use StreamYard to do this, and it didn't work out for me. So, because I think I have to have a paid plan for it not to be in DVD quality, which this is probably DVD quality. I don't know. I I need to invest in a camera that is suited for doing portrait, like videos like this, because this Logitech camera is just it's not working for me. I'm not happy with it. But it's good to see you, Joey. Hello, Matthew Booker. Optimus, yay or nay? That's a definite yay. Let me see here. You see that right? Whoa! I can't do this right there. That's my son's Optimus Prime, so he is definitely wanting that, and so that's going to be another one that we're probably going to have to buy 2 of. And even though I'm not a big fan of like Transformers, that wasn't my thing when I was younger. There was also another one that was similar called Micronauts. I guess it was similar, but I did have a few Transformers. I think my little brother was more into it than I was. I I think the truck is awesome and for Optimus Prime, and I love that it actually transforms. So, and I collect trucks. I got trucks. I got these trucks over here. So yeah, another truck is going to be awesome. So even though I'm not a fan of Transformer, I thoroughly hate most of the movies. I am looking so much forward to that. And so Lego is, unfortunately, they've done a pretty good job with some sets this year, even though, again, I can always find something to complain about with Lego, but I can't criticize the quality of the sets they've made. So over on the AFU podcast on Brick Train's channel, we did the best years, in our opinion, as AFULs, fans of old Lego, of all the Lego years between 1958 and 2021. We did a little bracket, and we ended up selecting 1980 as our favorite year. And there's not that many sets that came out in 1980, but there's some really iconic sets that came out in that year. And that's why we picked it as our favorite. But I'm thinking, like this 2022, oh my goodness, the sets that they've come out with that I don't, in a sets that I'm like, why did you not do this sooner? Like the Jurassic Park set, the DeLorean. These are things that should have been done like, I don't know. The DeLorean set should have come out in 1985. All right. So that's how long that's overdue. The Jurassic Park stuff should have came out in 1993. And we're getting some new trains for a change. And I thought maybe I've been too critical of Lego on their trains because I was looking at my poster that what's his name? Mathis did. What's his first name? He designed the Santa Fe train. Paul, is it Paul? Oh, why can't I remember his name? The guy that designed the Santa Fe train made a poster, which do I have the poster? I don't know if I don't think it's on the wall anymore. It used to be on the wall over there. But it's of all the trains between 1981 and 2003. So this was like in the early days of the internet when the North Georgia Lego Train Club was actually a website that didn't that actually worked, and there were a couple other websites that are long since gone. But I downloaded that image, and it's still you can still find it on certain websites. or Flickr or other things like that. But it's all the trains between 1981 and 2003, and it's really not a lot. I guess I in my mind I picture like more sets, but if you were to compare it to the last, so that was a 21-year period. So if you go from 2001 to 2022, another 21-year period, there's probably a lot more trains than between 1981 or 1980 and 2003. I think it was 1980 to 2003, not 1981, 1980. But yeah, Brick Train says a great year. Oh, so Mark B says, for me, the light and sound sets were amazing as a kid. So that, that was new technology. And by today's standard, it's not super exciting, but yeah, those light and sound sets, that was neat to get some extra features with the sets back then. What? We got a Bricksmith sighting. He says, "Woohoo, your haircut looks great." It looks grayer than ever. They Might Be Bricks is in the house. Hey, is it time to go to the movie yet? We probably should be leaving soon because I need to go get we got to get our stuff that we're going to smuggle into the theater. Yeah, he's upstairs. I actually heard him talking a minute ago. He's upstairs. Phil Fournier says, I was not even born in 1980, but I would still choose that year over any modern year. I even have nostalgia for the 80s Lego. So your parents raised you right. That's all I got to say. I think They Might be Bricks. What do you think of the 80s? Are you still watching? Hey, Brick Badger. So, Sis Rook says, wait, American Cinema still make sure you don't have junk food when you didn't buy it? No, they don't really check. Again, it's mostly teenagers working at these places. I don't think most of them care, but I'm just not going to be blatant. Geek Effect. Kirk, you lie. We know you. Kirk types in all caps. I hate the 80s. Yeah, no bigger lie has ever been told on the internet than Geek Effect saying he hates the 80s. So it's good to see all these people here. So this went better than I thought, even though it's filmed in terrible quality. Speaking of the 80s, Sis Rook says, anyone going to watch Stranger Things season 4? Oh my goodness. We are only days away. Days away. And so I'm really saddened that the stupidity of man has taken away a lot of the filming. They used to film a lot of Stranger Things in Georgia. I don't think they filmed as much for season 4 as they did. So I was really disappointed about that. But I like going to the places where they film stuff. They still film Stargirl around and a few other shows, but I am looking forward to it. They Might Be Breaks. We need a Jacob and Kirk's Excellent Adventure. Lego Freak says, I remember one time we snuck McDonald's into the theater. Nobody even noticed. I mean, I think you could literally just carry it in your hand and they're not going to say anything. And we'll probably actually go buy popcorn anyway. That's like $10 when we get there. Like Nathan snuck a Chipotle burrito into the Eternals. That probably was the most interesting thing in the theater at that time. Does anyone know if BrickTsar will be at a Chicago convention? Somebody should ask him. Maybe he will. If you ever come back to Georgia, yeah, we'd like to see you again, Kirk. So, hey, there's a Time Work sighting in the house. He says, I'd smuggle snacks, but I like the popcorn too much. That's where they get you, man. And I used to, so at most theaters, and the one that's in our town and the one we're going to is in another town down the road, they play those commercials for their snacks. And there's two things. I don't want to spend the money, and I don't want to have to pee during the movie. And I'm like closing my eyes when they play those commercials because they show the Coke, and then you can hear the sound of the Coke pouring. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. and then I wanna buy it too, so they're pretty smart with their marketing with those things. Oh, yeah. Geology Joe says, "I love butter salty popcorn." Martin Ferret, though, this is great. Little liquor bottles are good to have for the movies, especially if you're going to see the Eternals. Um, Geology Joe says, "The worst job I ever had was as a teenager at a movie theater." So I can see that. And so, we occasionally run into people that my son or my daughter went to school with working at the local theater or even some of the other theaters. Um, but I think it's not as bad as it could be. I've had some pretty bad jobs. Maybe that's another video I could do, like, what's some of the worst jobs you had? Oh, yeah, I guess I should mention it because that was way early in the stream. We're gonna go see Star Trek: The Motion Picture. They're putting it on the big screen, so it's only, like, a very limited time that you can even see it, so, uh, he I'm pointing up there to They Might Be Bricks. He's upstairs. He is super excited to see that. Barry Francis, hello. Thank you. I don't say thank you again for all the things you've sent us over the years, for the magazines that we can't buy here in the United States. Butter Kissed. I don't know what I know Star Kiss. I don't know Butter Kiss. Remember those adverts? Yeah, so this is gonna be special. So we're gonna head over there. I wanna thank everybody who got in here. This is a really nice conversation. Sorry I don't do more live streams. I should do more live streams, because I enjoy the live interaction with you guys and gals out there. So it was really nice talking to everybody. Thank you, everybody that got in here. Sorry if I missed your comment or question. I actually was going to consider more of the questions that people have been leaving over the last couple of weeks. So I still got all those questions to answer. We only answered which Muppet are you? And again, to summarize, I want to be Rolf, who's one of the coolest characters on the Muppets, in my opinion, but I'm probably Gonzo. So that's what I am. Which Muppet are you? Anyway, thank you again, everybody. Sorry if I missed you, and take care. We're going to go see Star Trek, the motion picture, V'ger, that woman with the bald head. Yes, I'll see you guys. How do you end this thing?